And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Whiskerwood, in our city playing with mice. As far as this run is concerned, kind of what I think I want to get through is I want to get to some of the later game techs, and then we might call it to a close. We're doing pretty stable, pretty well here. At least on the default difficulty, this game at the moment is not particularly hard, but sometimes you want a nice chill game to play. So at the moment, that is, for me, Whiskerwood. We've got Civic Office, which will give us another support down here. Soap. Rail Booster. And some goods like Spice Cultivation down in Tier 3. We're currently working on getting the Tier 2 research, going into the next tier here. Which most notably is going to be steel, steam, and fluid control. So we can do steam radiators. So our people can make do without having to suffer from the smoke of keeping the village warm. Peek around the village. I don't think we've got any sort of emergency stuff going on right now. I think we just need to wait out the winter, slash do our research. Because we are in winter, and when you're in winter, there's not much. The taxman doesn't come, for example. It's a little hard to tell at a glance. I've got all the row houses upgraded. I think I may have, or at least I'm very close to it. All the ones I'm looking at right now are stone row houses, or the final upgraded version of them. To find his house. Blockhouse. Okay, so that's a blockhouse, not a row house. And yeah, we haven't gotten around to doing all the blockhouses yet. We got 13 of those to upgrade. Yeah, nice chill day here in the game. We're making brass. So I can check the global stockpile, clicking on the production limits here. Making brass for research. I think at this point we're making the brass quicker than we were researching with it. Coppersmith doing bronze nails and fire tongs. Should probably start turning the stuff on associated with fire tongs. Figure out which buildings those are. Oh, are you not on? Should turn that on. Okay, kind of on the end of the day here. That's wooden vices for the coppersmith. The 115 has ended. Getting 357 approval, which is not very much approval. Although we're just going to go ahead and probably turn that all into trinkets. We are consuming fuel faster than we're making it, by the looks of it. Although that's maybe not a concern. We did stockpile ahead for winter. Okay, it looks like the ore furnaces use fire tongs. Get those turned on. Improve their yield a bit. Turn more rope consumption on. Shower would want soap. We had soap. One of our camps is idle. Okay, that's the forge hut. If you're actually idle, looks like you are. Don't have a good place to actually assign you for the moment, so we might actually disassemble you. Take a quick scan of the island over here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. That can be harvested by you. I think the answer is no. So yeah, I think it is time to disassemble that place. Nope. After I've disassembled, I now see the berries. Although there's only like 16 berries, I think we can make do without harvesting specifically 16 berries. Yeah, so I think we got tongs assigned to everything. So we can bounce around using this to figure out what building has what. Right, so we have logistics hub, which is, in theory, running some stuff across the map. I don't think any of these really use catalysts. Ore furnace we checked. We got that enabled. We got that enabled. Sawmills, ropes. Yeah, I think we're good. Another one of our camps is idle. This is the mining camp there. Could run over there for cotton. Is that, that's copper. That is rock salt. Bit of a long dig, but we'll run over there for the rock salt. It's, more copper. A little bit of copper there. Okay. Makes you happy. And yeah, let's go around and do some of these blockhouse upgrades. This is the number of those popping around. So, down to 9 link blockhouses. Yeah, nice chill gameplay at the moment. Keeping it fairly simple. I don't think we have any problem with storage, although I wouldn't be surprised if storage sneaks back up on us being a problem again. As Twitch chat says, simple is good, yeah. Depending upon the circumstances, it can be quite good. Probably warm the area over here. Let's add a heating stove. So. Day 116. even less approval, down to 162. Biggest complaint here is pollution and low quality food, bland food, basically. My eaters are apparently being quite picky, which maybe isn't the surprisingest. Got a rock salt in the stockpile yet. Supplier. I think we're still going to go for the middle option, because that gets us better clothes, and we don't need the lumber items. And idle camp, woodcutter. Definitely want to keep this woodcutter running. So this is just saying we need to either move or get some more staircases going for you. We'll do a combination. Actually, in hindsight, that might not have been the best place for that. That's a little better. There we go. And let's go over to our industry area, and we'll put in a new, or lumber area, and put in a new lumber-consuming industry, which is a carpenter here. And we can use the vices from that to accelerate some of our other construction, or some of our other options, right? The coppersmiths, for example, use wooden vices as a catalyst. We've got a decent amount of clothing. I'm trying to decide if that's another industry we want to try expanding. Flax and clothing. Oh, that built surprisingly quickly. Okay, so you're an industry building. You want, or you need, specifically need at least an apprentice to work. We probably want the craftmaster in the craftmaster slot, so we'll take the apprentice miner here. No, that's not quite the ideal worker for that slot. Consider it and craftmaster. And let's get someone trained to be an apprentice then. From engineering. It's apparently a short some. And at some point we'll want a second one of these to work the other recipe, but we don't have the other recipe yet. Okay, we've got plenty of logs, plenty of planks. A little short in the cut stone, but that's mainly just because we're massively using it. Okay, that was a slight improvement. We're getting more approval today than we did yesterday, although I'm not sure if that's due to having fewer negative thoughts or just more positive ones. In the bottom one here, I'm going to enable vices. It says we don't have furniture yet. Probably actually want a full independent warehouse for furniture. Supply dock, we'll take the middle one again. What was I thinking about that I interrupted myself in my thought process of? Oh yes, I want to set a limit on the wooden vices. We don't need hundreds of them. I'm going to go so far as I'm going to set the limit at 50. I think a lot of things we set the limit to 100 is probably actually way more than we need for them. Let some of the vices get generated, and we'll start adding those out to places like the coppersmith. So, coppersmith, he uses it. Any other places I can remember that use it? Might just be the coppersmith. Yeah, it might just be the coppersmith. You know, I gotta wonder what's going on with the deliveries that we just got fish on this belt. This belt's supposed to be like the lumber line. Or no, this is supposed to be the cotton line. This is the cotton line. It's full of things that are very much not, you know, cotton. It's probably an indication that I don't have enough storage for stuff over here. Putting this place out for another farm. And then we're leveling this area so we can move the industry over here. I got like 2 more levels to go before it's fully level. Taxes is 8,000, which isn't too much. I think we've got a lot stored to practice. Oh, did our students already finish? If they did, I should have... Yeah, Rent is healthy. Consider it. Craftmaster. We don't have oil yet. So we can't catalyst that, but that's fine. Yeah, if anything, I should probably do more smokeries. Get more fish converted to smoked fish. Apparently we're not converting at all. And people obviously are eating the smoked fish in preference over the fish. Okay, there's maybe an argument we want to move this mine. Because as far as these holes are concerned, we're mostly done chasing those ore deposits. Could put it over here with these ones. Let's do that. Or actually, no, let's put this over where we know where the tin is. Chase some tin. Is that tin? That was a deposit of tin, okay. And yeah, I'm definitely hoarding too much stuff. As evident by the fact that we've got, I think the 40-something people is not, like, people having an easy time to go from where they need to go normally. But, you know, our stockpile, because it's winter, is so full that the people are having to stockpile just random stockpiles halfway across town. I don't have particularly, specific stockpiling is not a thing I've got really going on in this town. Another one of our camps needs to be moved. Or I suppose that's less of a move, and we only designated one mine there, right? Wasn't going to mine for very long. Okay. Gave it 4 that time, so it'll go a little bit longer before it complains. How goes the research? This is a bit slow, although I think we can do multiple research labs if I really wanted to go faster. Yeah, I don't think there's any limit on the research labs. Unlike government buildings. The government building I think is limited to like 1. Yeah, town hall has a limit. Civic office has, or civic office apparently also has a limit of 1. But the 3 government buildings I think are 1 each. Coming up close to the end of winter, so it's not tonight. The next night will be the last night of winter, and we'll be into spring. Things will start to warm back up again. Whiskers are 2 days away, so it's time to take the trinkets off. We can soar up some approval for getting new whiskers, if new whiskers are presented to us. Well, good new whiskers are presented to us. Yeah, because especially if we're only getting like 182 approval, we're not getting enough approval. I think that's enough for like a whisker. Tomorrow. So first day of spring, in theory, we're expecting another whisker, a batch of whiskers to be coming in. My ship. Once more, I think we're gonna go with that medium option. How many wooden devices we got stored up? 27. Okay, so we can start getting... Although probably don't need it. Get the wooden devices assigned to these tasks to go faster. Or is it better? Increase the output, so it's 25% more output, I think, per input. Almost done with research tier 2. Yeah, I think if everything goes according to plan, we may be able to swap over to Steam for next winter. And that'll definitely make the whiskers much more comfortable during the winter. Or idle, although you're in many ways probably pretty easy to fix. We want a staircase there. And then getting up there is going to be a bit of a work. But it's doable. Research tier 2 is complete. That's nice. So with that, the first thing we're going to research is the blast furnace. Because we need to be getting steel. Because, well, when we start doing the plumbing stuff for the steam power, everything's made out of iron. Or not steel, iron bars. We need an iron bar so we can do steam power for the iron in here, iron in here. Although it doesn't necessarily need valving. Probably leave the valving off. So I can go probably straight from steam to steam radiator. But yeah, iron in those, all those. And then probably try to pick up furniture. Maybe furniture and backslide for bedding. So do luxury bedding furniture, make people much happier that way. Day 120 has ended. $388 approval. Yeah, so we're not going to have very much approval to pick as far as Whisker's concerned this first day of spring. Taxman's 3 days out. Although we can see, looking at this, that we should have more than enough to pay the taxman. Twitch chat saying, what's a chemist for? Medicine, I believe, was one of the things. So chemist... Yeah, I suppose this is tier 0. I think if this is tier 1, you complete it with the research tier 1, and then you have tier 2, but yeah, chemist here. By default, it gives you saline solution. We didn't pick it up because we really didn't need saline solution. That's probably like the booster for something like a cannery or something, which we're not running either. Tier... Oh, soap. It's saline solution and soap. So tier 4, it'll give us soap. We probably do want it for soap. But that's a little while off. That's why I kind of skipped it. Oh, and saline solution is used apparently for treating injuries. So we've been managing to keep people from keeping the Whiskers from hurting themselves, so we haven't really needed the saline solution. Okay, Whiskers have arrived. We can't take them all. We just don't have enough approval for that. Although we wouldn't want to take them all. Apprentice, Perfectionist, Craftmaster, Pessimist. There's the more perfect execution. I'm not sure if that's a good trait or a bad trait offhand. Presumably it's not a bad trait because they're pretty low approval cost. And Twitch chat saying, you just realized you jinxed your Whiskers. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Got the apprentice here. Swift. Gifted teacher patient. And not enough for the warm core. Okay. And I might as well reject the rest because we're not gonna have enough approval for the rest of the day. That leaves us 3 unhoused Whiskers. We are gonna get more Whiskers living over here, or more Whiskers employed over here. It's not a plank house in here, or row house in here. Do want to cross the street as well. One of our camps is idle. Mining camp. Oh yeah, that makes sense. We had you chasing the... chasing the tin. Nice to see the deposit gets bigger as we get down deeper in the mountain. And then we're about, when the taxman comes, we're going to empty out a bunch of our storage. But let's go ahead and get another storage over here as well. Set this one to be... have wooden vices. Well, we're going to turn that off. And make this the wooden vices and furniture. Because that's what we're going to have here. We have you making vices, and the one next to you is going to be making furniture. Okay, so we did have all the row houses upgraded to stone, because the 2 new ones we just built are the only ones that are plank. here, we want wooden vices and furniture. It's not going to be in the food line. There's furniture. But as far as I'm aware, they don't need the medicine to come here and get treatment. The medicine and the saline solution. You'll notice I think this has like 60 plus 60 gear above them, and plus 150. I think that is the triage center works faster if saline solution and medicine is supplied. Now, we've got no injured or no sick, but if we had, we've got 5 beds for them. So as long as our injury count stays below 5, we won't be short on beds at least, and they can slowly heal up. Yeah, we're definitely struggling a little bit with the approval, and I think that's mostly the mild pollution. Food quality could be improved as well. And we're kind of working on food quality. Food quality up is mushrooms. Memory serves. Really, my next step. And obviously we haven't had any mushrooms growing over the winter. In fact, we got one of our smokers that just isn't running because it's waiting for mushrooms. The non-existent mushrooms. We've got a mushroom farm in here, which because of the cold isn't working. And we're in the process of digging out a second one. As those once we get steam going, we can heat those, so we can get those running through the winter. All the more reason to get the blast furnace researched. We're getting close to having all the houses max level before adding bedding and furniture. There's a few outliers. We're down to 5 plank block houses. Supply ship tomorrow, and the day after we got all the interesting ones coming. We got smuggler, tax collector, supply ship, and a whisker ship. Let's just stop them from throwing things on the belt to go to this warehouse. It's not assigned to it. That way we get, hopefully just get just the cotton in here. Might technically have some flax in the assigned area, but that'll be fine. Yes, we're eating all the good food. And we're getting people are having to eat the regular fish. Three more to go. Ooh, we lost approval that day. That, again, has got to definitely be the pollution. Subpar clothing. Okay, so the clothing quality has not kept up to the people's high standards. Warning about low food. I suppose it could actually be storage issues as well kicking in. A lot of our storehouses are just a tad full. Supplier has arrived. You need one here, which will provide some slightly higher quality food in the form of hardtack. Get the food complaint to go away, so everyone's got food for tonight. So we got 3 blockhouses left. You, and you. We're gonna have you half carved out. Okay, so this is a miner that needs some stuff to mine. The veins that we're currently working on are continue. Good to see that we hit some tin. That's not a major complaint. Well, that's outside of our catch area anyway. Copper on that level. Other you on that level. You only listen to the copper ore there. Okay. So the 2 miners we got over here are sort of mining for ores. The one on the other, whoops, the other location are mining for just the level area. Oops. Some more tin there, that's good to see. Okay. Because yeah, for a while we were definitely low on tin. So there's one thing I could set up. That would make sense, maybe 2 set up is a elevator. Although, 2-story maybe doesn't warrant an elevator. If we went higher, I definitely would. We'll go ahead and set up an example of an elevator here, because I have not set one up yet. Elevator entrance. Like so. A shaft. And in this case, this is a pretty short elevator. It just goes up 1 floor. Just like that. Instead of walking up the stairs or taking the slide, they can ride the elevator. I'm not sure which would actually be faster in that situation. And then the apartment complex can actually benefit from that as well, I suppose. Yeah, obviously if we're getting down, that probably makes more sense for them to ride the slide, but probably in comparison to the very steep stairs, the elevator should make sense. Yeah, we can see some taking the elevator. In fact, those are people taking the elevator down, so... Guess it depends on where they're going. Guess that leaves us with one plank blockhouse left to upgrade, and it's a little bit hidden here. It's this one here. Got an interesting day tomorrow. Day 123. Better approval, plus 484. 186, Whiskers are enjoying their luxurious housing, which is good to see. And the pollution should start to tune down over the next couple days. You know, the food is something we're going to have to work on, is getting better food. I can't just fish for the food, I think, in the long run. If you're watching on YouTube, this is where I'm going to go ahead and put the part break in. We'll probably get about as much done in the next part, which will be up tomorrow. In particular, we'll be interacting with the smuggler and the tax collector, so a little bit more monetary stuff tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break, get up, stretch the legs, sip some tea, and then we will be back continuing this run. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.